life happens, and like Daisy was saying, like you always want to. It's not a soft girl error or anything like that. It's actually like just how you should be living in life. And so I want to talk about some scenarios and like what you would do in these scenarios.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so the first scenario is, let's say you're married, you and your husband are together, and he's cheating on you.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to you, right? And he gets into a car accident with his side girl in the car, right? And the side girl lives, and they both live, but they're both very impaired, right?
Okay.
Like maybe can't even walk anymore. What do you do?
Oh, man. That's a tough one because for me, there's no respectful way to disrespect someone, right? I think that a man that's making a conscious decision to disrespect me does not deserve a second opportunity to disrespect me. So that's one aspect where it's like, I don't think I would stay. Now, I may assist him in that moment. I may try to get him the best care. I may try to help him because I am his wife. But I don't know if I would be willing to remain his wife because the infidelity is something that could be very difficult for me to deal with. But I don't want to speak in absolutes because I could very well have a great man outside of this moment. He could be doing all of the things. And sometimes I understand that for some men, having more than one woman is important for them, right? I can understand that.
Would you be okay with that?
I like this right here.
So, from a religious standpoint, I am okay with it because it's permitted in my religion, right?
Yeah.
It's permitted in my religion. I'm Muslim. So it's permitted for a man to have up to 4 wives. There are conditions. So, again, but there's a difference between cheating and a man that is actually operating like a husband.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
doing things according to the Quran
Right.
and the Sunnah. So for me, I am more concerned about how it's done. The cheating part for me is unforgivable. Now, if this was a woman that he married and this was another wife,
Yeah.
then I'm going to stay with my man.
Yeah.
Because he's honoring me still,
Right. Right.
But I don't prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer monogamy.
Yeah.
And if my husband cheated, I don't know if I would be capable of staying. However, I don't want to speak in absolutes. Like,
Yeah.
I may consider staying.
Yeah. Never say never. Yeah.
Never say never. But
Yeah.
at this juncture in my life, I haven't revisited those kind of situations. Like, I left.
Yeah,
left.
that makes sense. Okay, yeah, it's a tough one for me too. It just would depend. Like, everything is circumstantial. I
Right.
definitely would make sure, like, take care of him for what I could take care of him for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like, it would just depend on the severity of the cheating and like, I don't know, like,
And too, the severity of his injury, because like, say he becomes completely to the point where you can't get your rights as a wife. Like, you can't get the physical support, you can't get the sexual support, you can't get those things from him.
Right.
You should not have to be deprived. God doesn't he doesn't deprive us that way.
right,
So
right.
at some point, it may be like, if it depends on the injury too.
Right, because now what if he can't work now? Now you got to
Right.
provide, and I got to take care of
Right.
the man that was cheating on me.
Right.
So, yeah, absolutely. And that leads me into my next scenario. So the next scenario is, if your man is paying all the bills, taking care of you, right? And eventually he, like, something happens where he can't do all of that anymore, right? I'm saying he's paying 100% of the bills, but something happens to where he can't pay 100% of the bills anymore. What would you do?
Well, I would definitely step up in that position, right? I would not be willing to take on it long term.
Okay.
I would definitely be a temporary support.
Okay.
And if that looks like 6 months to a year, fine.
Yeah.
If I've spent 15 years of my life and this man has taken care of me, and for 2 or 3 years I have to step in, listen, that's nothing compared to what this man has already shown me what he's capable of doing.
Yes.
Will I want to see him back on his feet to be back in the position that I know that he would want to be in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's where inspiration comes from. Because I think a man that's inspired by his lady, he's not going to allow himself to stay down for long.
For sure.
He's not going to have enough ego
For
to
sure.
stop it. Like, his pride is going to be so big that his ego has to be small.
Yeah.
Like, I take pride in my family.
Yeah.
I take pride in being a provider. I can't have big enough ego that I won't be an Uber driver.
Right.
Or that I won't go out here and work a second job to get back to where we were.
Right.
You know?
Let me ask you this. Would it be hard for you to submit to him as you always did while you were like doing most of the providing?
No, I think, again, the femininity is not an on and off for me. It's always on.
Yeah, that's a real
Like, he's
gem.
still a man.
Yeah.
And he's still my man. And
Yeah.
I still want him to feel like a man. And I think, again, inspiration is the key word, because when a man, even in that space, feels inspired, he feels like she still respects me as a man. She's not emasculating me. She's not degrading me in any form of fashion. That's a man that's going to say, nah, my girl is she's the one. I made the best decision.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go and get it 10 times bigger, 10 times more. I'm going to do more for her than I've done before.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, some women will leave their man. He's giving you 80% and you tripping off that 20.
Yeah.
Sis.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You going to go out here and you not going to get 80 again.
And you're not. And you're going to miss out on a good thing.
A very good thing.
Yeah.
Like, some compromises just have to be made. Like,
for sure.
some compromises just have to be made. So,
Yeah. No, well, this was beautiful. I
loved it.
Yeah, I thank you so much for coming. Like,
I'm grateful that you had me.
yeah, no, I'm very enlightened by like a lot of the things that you said. A lot of the things that you said, I definitely want to put into practice, like myself. And I've been doing the work, and I still have a lot of work to do. And that's why I'm like we were saying earlier, like, start working on yourself, becoming wife material. Being wife material is just a state of being
Right.
that you should always be being. You know
Right.
what I mean?